In 1895, the city of Lucknow was a tapestry of fading twilight and rising nostalgia. It was a time when the grandeur of the Nawabs clashed silently with the rigid discipline of the British Raj. The air was heavy with a scent of ittar, the rhythm of Qawwali, the bells of Kathak dancers, and the melancholic strains of the Shehnai. Amidst this cultural cacophony lived Aftab Khan, a soulful musician. He wasn't a courtier of high rank, but a humble artist who performed on small stages and gathered crowds in the bustling lanes of the old city. His voice carried the pain and beauty of an era slipping away. On the other side of the divide, in the pristine, manicured lawns of the cantonment, lived Margaret Lawrence, the daughter of a stern British Army colonel. She was raised on Mozart and Beethoven, yet the piano within her bungalow could not silence the haunting melodies drifting from the old city across the Gomti River. She yearned for a music that felt more raw, more human. Margaret began to lead a double life. Cloaked in a shawl to hide her identity, she would sneak out of the cantonment to listen to Aftab. Hiding in the shadows of dilapidated archways, she would close her eyes and let Aftab's voice wash over her. She realized that while her music was written on sheets, his music was written on the soul. One fateful evening, her secret was discovered. She was caught listening near a Kathak school where Aftab was rehearsing. Colonel Lawrence arrived like a storm, his face red with rage. He grabbed Margaret's arm and roared, "Margaret, have you lost your mind? Stay away from this cheap Indian drama and these savage sounds." The colonel dragged her away, but the humiliation only fueled a fire within her. The Indian drama her father despised was the only truth she had found in this foreign land. A few days later, in an act of open rebellion, Margaret walked straight to Aftab's dwelling. She stood before him, not as a ruler's daughter, but as a seeker. "Teach me," she implored. Aftab was terrified. "Mem Sahib, this is dangerous. Your people, my people, none will accept this." But Margaret was resolute. She began to visit him, this time not to listen, but to learn. Literature and melody became the threads that bound them together. As Aftab taught her the intricacies of rag and tal, Margaret shared with him the poetry of the West. In the sanctuary of music, the barriers of race and empire dissolved. One evening, amidst the notes of a thumri, Aftab sighed, "Margaret, the world outside is cruel. They say we don't belong together. They say music has no caste, but people do." Margaret looked at him, her eyes shining with defiance and devotion. She whispered, "If music has no caste, Aftab, then love has no country." Their love, however, could not remain hidden. The scandal shook both societies. The Nawabi elite looked down upon Aftab for courting a Farangi, and the British society ostracized Margaret, threatening to ship her back to England. Faced with separation, they made a choice. They chose art over acceptance, and each other over the world. Margaret Lawrence was no more. She adopted a new name, one that smelled of the soil she loved, Mehroon. Together, in a narrow, forgotten lane of Lucknow, away from the glare of the colonel and the judgment of the Nawabs, they opened a small school. It was a humble sanctuary where only the language of the heart was spoken. They named the school Sur-e-Aftab, the melody of the sun. Years passed, and the British eventually left, but in the heart of Lucknow, the legend remained. It is said that in that small school, the ghost of a British melody and a Nawabi song still dance together, proving that love and music know no boundaries.